Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about onomatopoeia, and I'm going to be showing you how to complete the activity sheet that goes along with this set of poems. So basically, onomatopoeia are words that imitate sounds, and we use them often without even thinking about it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to give you a few different situations. I want you to take a minute, you're going to close your eyes and imagine them. And I want you to think about what kind of sounds you might hear in some of these situations. So let's start. First, close your eyes and let's imagine that there's a bee flying from flower to flower. What kind of sound do you think that bee is making? I'm going to guess that a bunch of you probably thought buzz, a buzzing sound. Now close your eyes again, and I want you to imagine that you're helping with the dishes. Maybe you're washing, maybe you're drying, and accidentally drop that dish and it falls and breaks on the floor. What kind of sound is that dish making as it breaks on the floor? I'm going to guess that a bunch of you probably said smash or crash. Now close your eyes again and imagine that it's a nice spring or summer morning. I know it's hard because of all the snow outside. Just pretend. And you've got a bird singing outside your window. What kind of sound is that bird making? How would you describe it? So, some of you may have said tweet or chirp. And one last one, close your eyes one last time. And I want you to think of yourself somewhere near the water, whether out at the beach or maybe you're taking a walk over by the weir and you're throwing rocks into the water. What kind of sound are those rocks making as they fall into the water? So, I'm sure you thought of splash or even plop. So, all of these words are what we call onomatopoeia. They're words that imitate sounds. And if we look at each of these words, they sound very much like the sounds that they're describing. Let's move on to our activity page. So here's the description. I'll read it to you guys. A lot of what we've already talked about. Onomatopoeia is a fancy word for sound words. For example, the sound a dog makes is bark. Other examples include crash, bang, squeak, and oink. Think about the sound words that you already know, and then look at the poem or mentor text for examples. Write them down so that you can use them to spice up your own writing. All right, so the poem that we're going to read today is called March, and it's from the book called Swing Around the Sun by Barbara Jester Ebenson. Wind swooping and howling, blustering, yowling, caught in the branches of skeleton trees. Rain dripping on bumper shoots, splashing on rubber boots, filling the sidewalks with miniature seas. Umbrellas turned inside out, hats blowing all about, clouds flying swiftly in heaven's gray arch. Crocuses pink as spice, mud puddles melting ice, lambs frisking, kites flying. Now it is March. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go through our poem and we're going to find all of the onomatopoeia words. So, swooping. Now, it's something that we can see. but it is also a kind of a sound that's associated with it. So I would call it an onomatopoeia word. And howling is definitely an onomatopoeia. Blustering is that blowing and yowling. Rain dripping and splashing. And I think that's all the ones in this poem. So this is exactly what you can do with one of your poems. Go through it. Circle, underline, highlight, whatever you've got, and go and find all of the sound words in there. Okay, and then I'm going to take all of those sound words and I'm going to copy them onto my sheet. So we've got swooping. And like I said, even though we can see things we have this kind of like a swooping, whipping kind of visual in our head, there's a certain sound associated with that. So that's why we're going to call it an onomatopoeia word. We've got howling. Blustering. Yowling. Dripping. And again, even though we can see rain dripping or water dripping, if we actually look at the word drip, it sounds a lot like small drops of water falling. And splashing. All right, and that's it. We're done. So, as I always say, if you have any questions or you need me to explain anything else, please let the grown-up in your house know. Send me a message and I will do my best to answer your questions. All right, that's it. Take care until next time. Bye.